Now here's a neatly designed KitchenAid, a compact double boiler. With the protective water jacket, burning food is nearly impossible, as hard as the little woman may try.
Who's that?
More than edible.
It turned into another button. And it's like, what the fuck? Why would I have to press it twice? Do you think I'm going to hit start new recording because I don't want to start a new recording? Like
Very
it has
intuitive.
it has one implied meaning. I don't know what other meaning. It doesn't say about to start recording button. It says start new recording button.
They just want to make sure you're actually ready to record, I guess.
Oh, so what if we record by accident? Oh, there's too much audio. Oh,
They
no.
can't take it. Our cloud can't take it.
Yeah, that's way worse than losing out on what,
Think we
like
can
45
compress
minutes? They're like trying to pack it in the cloud, like just like two dudes, just like literally trying to compress it, like
Shovel
pack it
it
into
in.
a like physical cloud.
I'm pretty sure that's how cloud computing works.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it was started. That's
Two
the basis of
dudes.
it. It's Steve Jobs and he's just in the clouds in heaven, just like pushing all the stuff in the cloud,
He
man.
transcended to give us access.
I know you've been digging. What's on your mind? Just let me know what's awful, bro.
Oh, this is it?
This is it, man.
Okay, we're being spontaneous. Okay, keeping it light.
How's it feel?
Feels good.
It's new.
Feels good. I'm excited. Our heart's pumping.
Wait, I just want to make sure you can't hear me stroking my beard on the microphone, right? I just want to make sure that's not coming through.
No, I can't hear you pontificating
Okay,
whilst
good.
you stroke your beard.
I'm glad you know I'm pontificating too. To all the listeners, it like gives me strength or like power. Like
Yes.
when I'm talking, just like I feel like I have more talking points, or like my opinions are more nuanced every stroke my beard gets.
Whatever helps you get through the sentence,
You know?
I think.
Yeah, that's all I can ask for.
All right, let's go. Well, first of all, I want to say I've been doing a lot of research, going through a lot of articles, and I go through all these websites, right? Reputable news sites, and they're asking me if I'll accept cookies. And let me tell you, I haven't received one cookie, not one.
What?
I'm waiting for
No.
gift baskets to arrive at my door any day now, but I'll tell you, I'm starting to lose hope. No cookies.
Oh man.
You know I like my oatmeal raisins too.
You know, I feel you, man. And oatmeal raisin is underrated, bro.
My favorite cookie.
I know it gets I feel like it gets a bad rap as being like an old person cookie or something, but like, bro, it has just as much, if not more, sugar than a chocolate chip cookie.
Yes, some might say it's worse for you than other
Yeah.
cookies.
Cause like, bro, it's like oatmeal and raisin. Like, I feel that's two things right there. Like the chocolate chip cookie, you just have like the cookie and like and the chocolate chip. But oatmeal raisin, it's the cookie, it's oatmeal, which is like mad carbs to begin with. Oatmeal's not that good for you. And then you just got raisin, and then like raisins have like so much sugar in it, bro.
They do got sugar. They help you poop though.
Yeah, there's fiber. That's what that is right there.
But anyway, I could talk about cookies all day. Websites, give me my cookies.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this first article I have is it's titled "Forget AR Glasses, Augmented Reality is Headed to Your Windshield in Your Car." Okay,
elaborate.
and this is from digitaltrends.com. And I wasn't sure if I was going to cover this story at first, but the guy who founded the company, his name is Jameson Christmas. So I knew I had to share after that. I was like, wait, what? Jameson Christmas.
What was it? What was the name of this article again?
Forget AR glasses. Augmented reality is headed to your windshield.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so Mr. Christmas.
Yes, he founded a company called Envisix. And what Envisix has developed is a headset-free in-car holography system, which I didn't know holography was a word.
Yeah,
that aims to transform the way we view the road.
By
giving your car an AR overhaul, more in line with the kind, so it's like a HUD you would see in like an airplane almost. Like you kind of like you see the balance, like you see the road with a bunch of stuff not projected on it, but you see things projected on it. If that
No,
makes sense.
I feel you. I think like a more accurate description could be like in Spy Kids 2 when Junie gets that scouter,
That's
and
exactly what it
you know
is.
they can see through. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so just to
So
paint the picture.
I like the idea of AR. I think it could be used in like, if you're sitting at a desk doing creative things, or Google Glass was a cool thing for what it was.
Yeah, I really wanted to see that like be a thing.
I would have loved to use it. I never had the money or the chance.
Yeah, people are creepy. That's why it just never had the potential to take off.
That's true. If I saw someone with Google Glass like looking at me, I'd be like, "Are you scanning me? Like, what's going on, bro?" Like,
Yeah, I mean, if it was me, yeah, like I would if I bought a Google Glass, I'm buying it to use it. First of all, I'm scanning everybody.
well, why not?
Like
Why wouldn't you?
I'm scanning dogs, cats, like everything.
I want to
Your
know everything
grandma.
about you.
Yeah. Um.
So the whole idea is that his idea is that airplanes are the safest mode of transportation because everything is kind of proceduralized. You see where you're going from start to finish, and this guy, the tale of this company is really interesting because he's been doing it for years, and it's kind of like a Kickstarter. Like he's raised a lot of money,
Okay.
and his employee base has gone up and down. His employees keep getting snatched by other AR technology or companies like HoloLens and Magic Leap.
Uh huh.
But I'm not sure if it's gonna come to fruition. He's really trying here. You can't stop Christmas, Peter.
Right, because I mean, just scanning the article here, I'm trying to find what's the overall goal or what's the problem this thing is solving here. Because to me, it doesn't look like something a Tesla already doesn't do, like with its like big console display. It basically gives you the same information from what I'm seeing here, and it doesn't
Sure,
obfuscate your view of the road in any way, which is
sure.
a big deal here.
Well, never. That's the whole thing. It's like, is it much safer than looking at Tesla's big screen that they have in the center of their vehicle? You know, I mean,
Mhm.
granted, you do have to like kind of peer off. You have to glance off the road to look at that big screen that Tesla has. But is it better than? So it says you're. It is a device that sits inside the instrument cluster in a vehicle. It's in the dashboard and it projects light through an opening so that it bounces off the windshield into the eye of the recipient.
Mhm.
So you're getting light shown into your eyes while you're driving a car.
This doesn't sound safe in the slightest. Now, but like what is its main goal? Is it for navigation or is it for like notifications like text messages or something?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's for all of that.
Oh no, that's bad. I was hoping one thing, not all of those things.
No, so it's using directions. So it's like there's a crazy video if you watch it that they've generated, but it's like if you're making a turn, all of a sudden you'll see like this light kind of highlight the road in front of you, which maybe if you get used to it, like maybe like we will adjust to it, but it seems really distracting. And
Yeah.
when you're pulling up to like a destination, it shows like this giant rotating pin, like where you're pulling up to. And I was looking at it and I was like, I'd be staring at that the whole time instead of
Yeah.
like maybe a car or, a child in front of me.
Yeah. This is it just like I just see so many hazardous things spawning from this cuz like yeah, what if that like big destination thing is glowing but right when it pops up like a dog hops out from like underneath a car like right in front of where you were supposed to be parked
Exactly.
or something. Um this seems like something that would be like the dream of the 80s, like something you would like what you would think you would see in like what you would think the 2000s would be like if you were in 1982.
Like the world of tomorrow.
Yeah, this seems
Things
like
like
that.
that.
It seems more of like a form over function type thing. Like this is more just to be cool because I don't
He's
see a
trying
lot
to
of
be futury.
yeah. Because I mean, to me, this presents more problems than it solves.
Absolutely. And he didn't, when he was making an argument for like when cars maybe become like fully automated, right?
Mhm.
He's like, we could still have this display. It'll be cool. Well, we could do marketing and put like ads on it. And I'm like, what? I don't want that.
Yeah,
I don't want
no.
ads playing on my windshield.
You're telling me I'm gonna have to see a Travis Scott McDonald's meal
Oh my
commercial like
god.
when I'm pulling up to pick my daughter up from soccer practice? Like,
I haven't tried the Travis Scott meal. Actually, I haven't been to McDonald's in quite a long time. Smart money move on his part. I mean,
yeah,
if you're gonna
but
team up with someone.
yeah, but look, I mean, if first off, if you get the Travis Scott meal from McDonald's, you shouldn't have children. First off, that should be the first prerequisite to you having to be infertile. Two, it's this. There's nothing different about the Travis Scott meal. Like you literally have to go up and ask for the Travis Scott meal. It's the same food that was always at McDonald's. What like I think it's like it's some burger, but it's like the same burger that they've always had. You literally have to be the jerk that goes up and asks for the Travis Scott meal by name.
Ugh, I can feel all the McDonald's cashiers rolling their eyes.
Oh, dude, like those eyes have been rolled back so far in their head by now. It's just like it's like a rotating circle of
Ugh.
pupils.
That can't be good for you.
Definitely not. And also, I mean, let's be honest now. Like, I think we're at the saturation point of Travis Scott. What I have to look at these Travis Scott Jordans. I have like this Travis Scott Happy Meal. I have like it's just Travis Scott's at the Super Bowl. It's too much Travis Scott. That eventually, there's no cachet here. Can
Whoa.
we need to wrap it up?
That's
But
okay. The name of the podcast is not Travis Scott is bad.
no,
It's
he is
Tech
bad.
Don't want to put him on blast. I
No,
know you're
his-
listening, Travis. We're not coming after you, but watch your back.
All right, I'll text him just to
Good
you know,
idea.
calm
Good
him
idea.
down. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I highly doubt this thing is going to take off. And just briefly scanning this article, all the proof I need is right here. Christmas said he was a child of the 70s, and that's when he first saw the George Lucas epic Star Wars,
Yes.
and then boom, that was everything I needed to know right
That
there.
was the thing. He got inspired from seeing holograms in Star Wars.
This guy's gonna kill thousands of little children and puppies because he wants to be in a TIE fighter.
It's true, but apparently you can't stop him. He just raised another $50 million to continue this, open new offices in Europe and Asia. So I guess looks like for Christmas came early this year.
Yeah. Well, we'll see when all that regulatory stuff comes in.
Also, apparently, a heads-up display has been a thing in cars, and that's a big argument from people. They're like, I've had this before, and I was like, oh, when I looked it up, I've never had a car with a heads-up display, but I was like, oh yeah, just that is kind of the thing.
Yeah. It's just let's focus on the road, people.
Indeed.
So what got me like really ticked off this week was so I'm editing a video for my other channel, and I use DaVinci Resolve. I love DaVinci Resolve. It's a free it's a free video creation program thing, whatever.
Yeah, I messed around with it a little bit.
NLE, the professional term, before I'm flamed in the comments.
Ooh.
So yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve. I'm thinking about messing around with Logic or either Adobe Premiere, and it's just, bro, I do not want to sign up for another Adobe product. I'm sick of all these subscriptions because you can't buy Photoshop or Premiere or Final Cut or any of this stuff just outright. You have to be an Adobe Cloud member.
Ugh, I hate it. Yeah, the day things stopped from, like, when it came to software, like it went from you own the program now to you got to pay like every year for this thing. So disappointing.
It's gross. I mean, trust me, Apple, they're greedy little piggies too, don't get me wrong. But one thing I like about them is with Apple, usually when you buy the product is the product. So you buy it and you have it. Once you get it, you're not necessarily being force fed ads to buy more of their products. Like On Windows, for instance, if you go to the start menu and that little window pops up, you'll see ads for games, for Candy Crush and stuff in that little rotating tile. There's nothing like Mac doesn't have anything that resembles that, at least yet, because they're going to their whole subscription model. So yeah, I'm just happy for the days of that I have right now. And they offer Logic. I mean, Final Cut. Well, Logic too, but Final Cut. So that's what got me thinking about it, because you could just buy it outright. Granted, it's a little expensive. It's $2.99, but you don't have to keep paying them for the rest of your life. Like, I think what they overlook, well, they don't overlook it, they just don't care, is like the Weekend Warrior or something. What if you just want to use Photoshop for a week when you're like editing, I don't know, like your cousin's wedding photos or something like that? You're not a professional, but you just want to use it for a bit. Like, why can't you just own it outright?
Exactly. They're making it like you want to use it over and over again to get your money's worth. But I agree. That's kind of a good point. You don't want this to be your profession, so why would you pay a monthly fee for it?
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the business model everyone's doing nowadays, but it's just eventually we have to reach a saturation point with this too, just like Travis Scott. It's like you can only pay $10 a month to so many people, and the types of companies that want monthly subscriptions now is crazy. For like, I just switched from this was about a year ago. I switched from Spotify to Apple Music because Spotify actually has, this should have, I could have brought this up last week, but Spotify actually has a library cap. You can only have, I think it's like 10,000 songs. And once you hit your cap, they give you the message, epic collection, my friend, but I'm afraid you've hit your limit. And it just and it got annoying having to delete albums out of my library to add new albums and stuff like that. And I'm just like, screw it, I'll go to Apple Music. But since recording this, like as of a month ago, Spotify has finally changed that after like over a decade of that rule being a thing. But yeah,
props to Spotify.
Yeah, it only took you a decade, but whatever. And every other music streaming platform having it ingrained. It's the cloud. There's literally no limit. It's not like I'm taking up space in a warehouse, you douchebags. But anyway,
it's the cloud. Got to get two more guys shoveling up there.
You got to give Steve Jobs some help up there. But when I was switching over to Apple Music, I had all the just so much music in my library. I had so many playlists and stuff like that, and making new playlists, adding all that stuff, it would take forever in a new app. But I use this. They have these third-party apps that transfer playlists and libraries from streaming app to streaming app. It's like a new category, basically. So there's this one app. I'm not going to shout out their name because I don't want to give them any free publication because they're also greedy little pigs.
Good call.
Yeah. But yeah, so they would do it. And then and it's a free app. I'm using air quotes here. And they, once you download it, they'll start the transfer. You pick, okay, I want Spotify to Apple Music, and you pick which playlist you want to do, and it'll start the process. And about halfway through the process, it'll say, you're at your cap. You have to purchase the full app. And it's like, that's a little seedy. You could have just told me up front this cost money. And, okay, it's like, all right, I'll go to pay for it or whatever. I'm like, because this is actually, it's a valuable service. I'll give it that, because doing this on my own would take a while. And I'm thinking, okay, what is this, like $4? And they immediately hit me with some yearly plan. If I want to pay $89 for a year, I get consistent update. And I'm like, bro, like what the hell? And if I wanted to do it monthly, it's like $12 a month. I'm like, do you realize what you are? You are a music playlist transfer app. I'm going to use you once and that's it. You are a one-night stand.
That's it, bro. We're done.
We are done. Why do you think I need constant updates from you? Like, why do you think you need a lifetime pass into my wallet to extract funds? Like, the audacity of these companies. And it's the same thing with Adobe. Like, you make software. You're not a lifestyle brand. You should be able to release your product outright. It's what you were doing for years. It's how you built your name. I don't want to hear any excuses about piracy and all this other bullshit, because look, frankly, if Apple could do it, anyone can do it. And they're the greediest people known to man. So It's just I just want to. I want to see that saturation point with these companies because I'm getting sick of paying everyone a monthly fee.
I mean, we'll see what develops, but I think you're right. They're just all so thirsty.
Yeah.
They're all thoughts, but
I don't know.
I guess there'd be touts that app over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that because everything's a startup now. I think if you want to get actual funding or venture capital, like I think your business plan has to be a subscription nowadays. Like I think you're not going to get any sort of funding if your business plan doesn't have a monthly subscription. Like I think that's like they view that as a fad. They view just buying things as a fad. Like no, the new thing is we need to be in there every single month.
That's the new.
That's the
I
new.
don't want to live in that world. Apple, please stay strong when it comes to their software. Please just give it to us.
Yeah. Although I feel like those days with Apple are going away too, bro, because they're going into their subscriber model now. They want to make everything a service. You notice how they're pushing Apple News Plus on you. They have Apple Music. Everything they do now is going to be a service. And I feel like they might be pushing it a little harder than I may realize because unfortunately I'm already subscribed to a lot of their services. So I'm not going to see an ad for Apple Music in a certain like element of their software or something like that because I already have it.
Right.
But for instance, I definitely notice it with News Plus. The app has a ton of free news and they'll push a story to you on your widget like they do with most of the free stories. You thinking it's free, then you click it and then half of the story is grayed out asking you to subscribe to News Plus, and it's
you want to know more?
Yeah,
you gotta pay.
This isn't dope. This isn't the crack game. You know, you're not slinging that good. I can go on the website and just get the same information for free, and it would be super easy.
It would be. Well, speaking of Apple, I have another big red flag story coming out of Apple.
Let me know.
Would you like to hear? Yes.
I'm not surprised it's them, by the way, but continue.
No, exactly. So it's this is from Apple Insider. Apple wants the iPhone to replace driver's license and any other form of ID, including passports and such. So it is working on a technology to keep details secure when authenticating the holder's identity wirelessly. Have you heard anything about this?
I have not. Wait, so you mean they're going to use like your Apple ID as your ID? Exactly. Your Apple ID is like actual ID?
So a way to essentially upload your like driver's license, passport, any kind of identification onto your phone. So that's the only thing that you need in your pocket.
But how would like authorities scan that, or how would they authorize that?
Ooh, interesting. So I will get to that. So when it's your money that's at stake, these transactions have to be secure. But when it's your identity, the security has to be unbeatable. So they're really working on this software to like make sure that all of this stuff cannot leak, right?
Yeah.
So this all presumes that we're able to present our ID. There are situations such that we're if we're incapacitated or maybe arrested when we need to be identified, yet we cannot personally do anything about that. Apple proposes that under the right circumstances, our devices could automatically transmit the user's identity credential. So the big thing that like was screaming at me in this article was that they gave a situation where cops or other first responders may have a device that can kind of like suck the ID basically out of your phone so that they have it. I don't know if they have every single thing about you, but who's to say they wouldn't?
Yeah, wait, how would this suck the information out of the phone, if you will?
Oh, I don't know. It just it says
so like a dream catcher or something?
Maybe it might be something similar, some kind of magic wand perhaps.
Okay, but this is see, I don't like where this is going. Like two things. First off, What if you lose your phone? Then what? You just lose everything? You lose your passport, you lose your ID, you lose your wallet? Like,
They actually didn't cover that. They did not present that scenario, but
that's the first thing I thought
maybe
of.
your precious documents will still be in a physical form locked up somewhere.
Well,
Or
yeah,
maybe
but
that's on you. It's like, oh, well, if they don't actually exist then.
but then can someone still use the like can someone still use it? Like that's the big issue. It could still be in a physical place, but if someone like I feel like how do you know anyone can't use it? Or like the scary issue is how do you know cops can't just or anyone can just scan every single phone that they walk past? You know,
Yeah.
you're in a shopping mall. Oh, I remember shopping malls.
Oh yeah.
But you're in a shopping mall and I don't know, not even an authority. You're just like someone who's really good with computers and hacking. And you're just like scanning everyone's credit card information that you walk past. Like what was that Pokemon thing? You remember what was it called?
Pokemon Go?
Yeah, that.
No.
Not but there was also something no, near what was that Nintendo DS thingamajig they used to do? Uh whatever, but it was like a game basically. And you crap, I gotta Google this now. I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Pokemon. Was it Pokemon? Is it Pokemon
Then
based?
Pokemon definitely did something similar, and Pokemon Go is pretty similar. But
Pokemon
hold on, I
Snap?
gotta. This is gonna drive me crazy. I
Hey
gotta
You
find this out right
Pikachu?
now. Nintendo DS nearby game. Let's see. No, that's just bringing up Nintendo DS games near me. Hold on.
They're
Nintendo-
everywhere, apparently.
Apparently.
They're all
Nintendo
over the place.
DS meet game.
But this sound, I mean, it seems like everyone's kind of on the
Street
same-
Pass. That's what it was.
Street Pass. What's Street
Pass.
Pass?
Yeah, so if you had a DS and someone else had a DS, and then like you walked by each other, like it'll have their information. So like let's say you were in the mall and you walked by. This is verbatim. This is going off of like a decade plus of
Oh
memory.
no.
But like yeah, so if you walked by someone with it and you didn't know they had a DS when you got home, you'd be like, "Oh, I saw someone else running Street Pass. Oh, this was Ned. He likes to play Nintendogs or something like that." I think that's how it worked. But what if someone does that with this Apple all-in-one authentication thing? They just walk by your phone. I don't know. They're on some next level shit, and boom, they have your credit card information and your passport right there. Sure, you have the physical stuck away, but they're already halfway to Tahiti. You know, with a yacht they bought.
Halfway to Tahiti in paradise.
I know. Oh wait, that was the name of your mixtape, right?
Halfway to Tahiti, yes,
Yeah,
indeed. Look out for
Oh.
my next mixtape, Dusty 20s, coming out soon.
Okay, that's that heat.
So,
yeah, but it just
I'm-
has me scared, man.
I'm with you. I think that's why Apple's trying to make a big deal of like we're really trying to get like the security feature in place so that kind of thing can happen. Like hopefully they run like all kinds of scenarios. Maybe they're even in the, other tech companies have hired hackers before to like see if they can breach their firewalls and such. So maybe they're doing things like that. But I think the real red flag is when it comes to different authorities. So what it seemed like to me was the scenario in my head was like maybe you're at a peaceful protest. So given the times and we're asked to identify ourselves, but we don't want to, right?
Mhm.
But who's to say a cop couldn't say, well, too bad, and use this device that they're proposing to just take the identity anyway and be like, oh, we know
Yeah.
exactly who you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like that's a hazard to me. That's crazy. Like, and I just feel like people also use it for like bank information, photos, just everything. I don't know.
Mm.
That's like giving a portal into your phone into more information. And also what's just scarier is they need to chill. They can't be more and more ubiquitous in our lives. Like how does a company that go from making an iPod to being the holders of all of our information? Like come on, stay in your lane to a certain extent. Like This is how Big Brother starts. Do we not watch movies? Like, come on, people.
They've been writing about it for a while.
Like, look at all of their products. They're gray and black. They're just this is Darth Vader's whole getup. Like, this is the beginning. Like, how do we not notice it?
It's true. I do have a gray phone case on my gray phone, but my pop socket has unicorns on it. So that's my way of rebelling.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be the identifier to the Apple drones that come down and spray down your house with hellfire. They're gonna see that unicorn case. Like it's gonna pop out to them.
Oh, there goes my smile. And they're talking about a passport too on the phone, and I think that's a long way out. Especially like you have to get other countries involved in that too, and so that's kind of a I'm sure there are some foreign countries if you're trying to go to, like they're going to be like, wait, what? A phone? No. Where's your passport?
Good luck with that in China.
Nope.
That's not going to be a thing.
So
I mean,
it might be
a thing. It might be. It probably will be a thing. It's just not a thing that I want. But
also with companies like Clear, have you heard about Clear, where they're all about going to events and they scan your thumb? And I don't know if they have Retina display or they're working on Retina scanning.
Yeah.
Just to get into events. So I feel like
I've seen it. They have that at airports, right? Yeah, like or is it something else I'm thinking of?
I think there are some airports that are using it. Okay. But that's the thing with advancements in that, I feel like we're going to get there quicker than it being on our phone and ready to go.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, we'll see. The only thing where I think the phone might have an advantage is people will be more freaked out about like biometrics, like body scanning. I feel like they'll be more okay giving it to their phone than letting some machine scan their eye or something like that. Like to them, that'll seem freakier. I think that's the only advantage the phone has.
I think we're way, way out from scanning eyes and things. I don't think people are ready for that. I'm certainly freaked out about all of it.
Yeah. But I mean, to be honest, Samsung, the Galaxy phones, they had eye scanning for years. They had it way before Face ID came out. I remember I think it was my Note 4. It had the iris scanning. You can use
it was scanning eyes?
Yeah, they were doing it for a while. It's just no one used it. And I think they took it out, or it still might be in the phones. No one uses it.
Nobody does.
Yeah, unless Apple. If Apple did it and made you use it, then everyone would do it.
You have to.
Yeah, the technology is already there.
You're right. You're absolutely right. We'll just see. We'll see how all of that develops. But I want my ID to be secure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's good. Right in my nightstand drawer, all the way on the bottom, right underneath my Glock 9. I feel like it's like safe and secure right there.
I see. I was gonna say good to know, and then you said the Glock thing, and I was like, well, I guess I won't be taking Peter's ID today.
Just letting you guys know. From Canarsie over here.
What else you got for me? Anything?
Well, I mean, it's not a surprise to anyone that owns Google products, but Google just discontinued their Nest security line. Have you seen that line?
The security line.
Yeah. It's a Nest alarm. It looks exactly like an Amazon Echo, the 3rd generation with the ring around it. So it looks like that with a keypad on top. And yeah, it just comes with that little base. It runs off mesh Wi-Fi, and it comes with 2 sensors. They're motion detectors, and I think I'm like 60% sure. I can do research, but screw it. That they provide light, that they also have light in it. And yeah, it has a phone app, and it was provided by Google. It was a cool $500 for 2 sensors, which is a ripoff. But yeah, they just discontinued it today. They said they're still going to. I'm sorry, yesterday they discontinued it, but they said they're still going to, provide support for the current ones out there. But it just goes along with the trend of Google cutting support for everything. They inspire no faith in their
No,
products.
they truly don't. Especially, yeah, when you say the products, all the hardware is questionable.
Yeah, even their software, they cut everything out. They stopped Inbox, they stopped Google Labs, just like a ton of cool stuff I used
They're
to use.
doing them dirty.
Yeah. And it's just like another thing they do where they'll buy a company, they'll try something new, and then they'll just stop and just won't use it again.
Right, because they bought Fitbit recently,
Mhm.
right? I think it was Google that bought Fitbit.
I believe
And
so.
I
Let me
don't,
double check.
yeah, I don't think that's gonna. I think it officially becomes Google's possession, and I think it's about a year because it got extended.
Oh yeah, you're right. They bought them for 2.1 bill.
Whew, a cool 2.1 bill.
Well, yeah, shout out to them for hanging on because I thought once the Apple Watch came out, they were just going to be over. But
Yeah,
you know,
fizzle
what?
out.
Yeah, that's probably why they sold to begin with. But yeah, but continue.
About Google buying Fitbit,
Oh yeah,
about Google making things obsolete, and
yeah. My bad. I thought you were like in the middle of a spiel about it, but yeah, it inspires no confidence. It's the same reason why I'm not buying that new Chromecast that came out, even though I currently have a Nest speaker. It's the same reason why I'm not buying the Pixel. And mark my words, what's today's date? Today's the 20th of October. The Pixel 5 is going to be the last Pixel. They just released this
Whoa.
one, and they released it to no fanfare, and even the phone itself, it doesn't even have the latest internals. It doesn't have the latest Snapdragon processor.
but it has 5G.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry
You're
about
gonna
that.
have the 5. Everyone needs 5G.
Yeah, so I'll have a Pixel and I'll get Corona. Great.
Sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like I just see the writing on the wall. I've been through this so many times. I see how the product got released, no fanfare. It got released side by side almost with the Pixel 4a 5G, which is the stupidest name known to man.
Yes.
But I it's really awe-inspiring because you wonder why a company with so much money and resources, why they can't invest and make a good product. But I think it's because they have so much money, they don't they don't need to rely on anything. If Apple releases, like, Apple needs to sell motherfucking iPhones, don't get it confused. They need to sell those things.
Agreed.
That's why they're doing all these services now. But Google, they still have search, they own the internet. So I think like everyone is just data testers for them. So that's why they don't get my money usually. But they'll figure out a way somehow. But that's why I try not to give them my money.
Oh, they absolutely will. And we'll see how Google deals with they're being sued.
Ooh, by who?
$5 billion.
That's light work for them.
Yes, this is a recent story. It just happened this week where they are,
I feel like,
being accused of like having the monopoly on search engine and the search engine world.
Wait, duh.
Which they do. Yes, everyone goes to Google. It's a name at this point. Like, I'm gonna Google it, not I'm gonna Bing it or I'm gonna Jeeves it.
Jeeves. Oh, Jeeves was the man though.
Ask Jeeves was like the shit. Back in I guess it was middle school. I was still using Ask Jeeves. I don't remember.
Oh, that was pre-middle school. No, I feel like middle school. That's when it was Ask.
You're right.
That's when
You're
it just
right.
became Ask. They thought they were cool. They got rid of Jeeves.
But Jeeves, they did Jeeves dirty. Even
They
he was
did
there.
Jeeves dirty.
He went to
bro.
the website. He was there. He had his tray.
You
If
know,
I'm remembering correctly,
he did have a tray, man. He was a cordial dude, man. Because like when you're gonna go browse the scummy internet, at least he was like nice about it. He reminded me of a bathroom attendant at a dingy club.
Yeah, he was there to offer you a little cologne, a little mints.
Yeah, little chit chat.
Yeah, give him a little pep talk.
Yeah, so like people like him being gone, I guess that's what's aiding to Google's monopoly. Who is the sue the counter sue plaintiff legal word?
I'm fairly certain it's the U.S. government.
Oh wow.
Yes, the
Oh wait,
U.S.
is this
government
the
is suing Google.
wait, is this part of the antitrust hearings that are going on? Because
I think that's a whole different pile of trash that Google is involved in.
and
This is specifically Google.
it's so crazy. I'm using Google to research Google being sued.
I know. I
But
just Googled it too.
yeah, but yeah, continue. My bad.
Yes, the U.S. government sued Google on Tuesday, claiming that the company is an illegal monopoly. The government's most significant legal challenge to a this is the government's most significant legal challenge to a tech company's market power in a generation. And I think it's a good thing. It's a good sign. As like all of this when it comes to the government butting heads with big tech, like big tech they need to be regulated. When you have giant companies like Google, Twitter, Facebook, they need to be kept in line somehow.
Yeah, because this is one company. This is the perfect example of a company being more and more ubiquitous in our lives, and they use their platform to become more and more ubiquitous. Like they'll buy like not a company. Well, yeah, they'll buy something like YouTube and then use their platform like search to make sure YouTube stays the number one thing. Because if you search for a video, god damn it, it's gonna come up first on YouTube before whatever other thing. Do you
Whoever
remember?
else has a video hosting service.
Remember when other video hosting services were a thing? Remember middle school, and there used to be things like, oh crap, what were their names? There was like Mega Video, and there was, dude, I'm even forgetting the names, but there used to be like other YouTubes. Like it was crazy. Now it's just you like. If you're in middle school now, or even if you're in high school, you have no memory of like other YouTube type websites. It's just YouTube.
YouTube is the thing.
Even Vimeo used to be a YouTube competitor. It used to be a place where anyone could just upload videos. Now I think they're like just focused on like creatives or something like that. But
Yes, and I got to use Vimeo every once in a while when it comes to people wanting to be sent certain links. They want a Vimeo link. They don't want just a YouTube link. They want a Vimeo link.
yeah,
And there are certain, you got to get a subscription if you want their premium services as well.
yeah, I feel like that's like the high class. That's the target to YouTube's Walmart. That's how you know you're dealing with a professional. If you're doing anything creative, if it's on Vimeo, you're like, oh, I didn't know you took this seriously. Okay,
Not playing games here.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's good. It's good. But so like what's the dirty with it? So it's 5 billion, but that's it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Sundar Pichai has that in the ashtray of his car.
It's true. That's true. I think it's just a big enough number to send a message, from the government. So
there's no like regulatory like thing with this, like just money.
They're just saying that it is an illegal monopoly. Like it is meeting the definition, which monopolies are illegal. They have been since a monopoly was a thing back in the days of like Vanderbilt and I was gonna say Peabody. The big industries that came up in America, and all of a sudden we were like, this is the only company that does this thing. Therefore, they control this big aspect of our lives. That can't be. We gotta kind of break this up.
Yeah. Jeez, man.
They're saying, this is the quote from the article, it's going to be loud, confusing, and will most likely drag on for years.
Yeah, I hope this does something, because I'm gonna be honest with you, unless this brings around some like policy change for Google, or because 5 billion isn't gonna do it. Google already has more money than the government. Like Alphabet has a market value of like over $1 trillion. I'm sure. this is what's scary, man, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. When companies become so big and ubiquitous, I'm gonna start a ubiquitous counter of how many times I've said ubiquitous.
You're
on this
using it
podcast.
great. I love
But,
you used it more than I have in my entire life.
But it's literally the only word I can think of to describe what these companies are doing.
It's a good word.
But it's just something needs to be done, and it's not going to be the companies themselves. Like Google's slogan is "Don't be evil," but that's obviously false because they're fucking evil. So
Is that their that's their motto?
Yeah, their motto used to be "Don't be evil," but like that's obviously false. So it's scary.
It's us, man.
And just the way we live our lives now are more and more tailored to these companies. Like if you're 8 years old, your needs are way different from an 8-year-old in 1999. Like so much of your life is like run by these companies. They influence and shape us in a way different way than they used to. So I don't know, something needs to be done. Like really, I don't know if it's necessarily the Elizabeth Warren break them up, or it might be it's like something radical needs to be done. And whenever people hear that, I feel like they hear, oh, it's like anti-competitive, oh, that's anti-capitalist. But no, like I feel like true capitalism like is true market equality. Like it shouldn't be you get so big to where you can squander out competitors. That's not real capitalism. That's not being competitive. That's just that's playing scared. You know, like I feel like the true American spirit, okay, let's have everyone have equal footing, or if you don't have it, an equal opportunity to get on the level of the biggest people.
That's what it's about. Equal opportunity. I can't agree with you more.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I just feel like something new needs to be done, and I don't think 5 billion is going to do it.
No. It's crazy how like these companies were such like little scrappy operations. I read something recently about that. It was like comparing. It was like Facebook started in like a dorm room, right? And then like, Apple started in a garage, and they all start in garages and then they grow.
Yeah, but
and
dude,
mutate.
It's like I feel like all of that is just marketing too. Like whenever you see these photos, like you see the early days of Amazon with Jeff Bezos, and he's like just a little scrawny dude in his little cubicle, or you see like the early photos of Google with Sergey Brin and the other dude, and they're in their garage, and it's like, dude, Sergey Brin and was in Stanford. Like these people had money. Like they didn't start that thing in that garage. I feel like they literally just took those photos in that garage. And it's the same thing with like Bill Gates. Like weren't his parents like super rich? And the same thing with Steve Jobs. Like I feel like you all just happened to start in a garage. Like who the hell does work in a garage, man? Like
it was
what?
Just
like
a cool thing to do at the time.
Like Mark Zuckerberg, wasn't he at Stanford too, or Harvard? Yeah, it's like, come on, these people aren't like like let's not be fooled who these people are. They're not coming from normal blue collar backgrounds. Like, and I feel like whenever we take this snapshot of them in a freaking garage, we're like, oh, they're grassroots and look what they did. It's like, no, they're
human.
They're not like you and me. They're definitely human. They put on their pants one pant leg at a time.
Mark Zuckerberg puts on his human skin over his lizard skin,
and then he downloads his language for the day. But like other than that, they're human just like us, but they're not, they don't come from the same socioeconomic place that the majority of Americans do. And I feel like like whenever we just see this photo of them in the garage, it's just complete BS. Like, how are all of you in a garage? Is it the same garage?
Maybe it is. It's the same garage. It's like the moon landing set. This is the garage set that they were like,
where it started all.
As we like mold the future, we'll show these black and white pictures of us.
Stanley Kubrick was the one that took the photos of all the garages too.
He knew too much. That's why they had to take him out.
Yeah. You should stop talking, Ed.
I'm not afraid.
I need someone to do this podcast with next week.
Get me.
Yeah.
I don't have a garage. I wish I did.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like I don't know if it's gonna be like a policy, like something that sweeps over it that fixes it, or the more likely thing where it just won't be fixed and like the government in 50 years isn't run like the countries aren't necessarily run by the government, but they're run by tech companies. I really do feel like that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna go. Or like what I'm hoping for is that somehow the competitiveness with all these companies, like they just end up the fighting, they just end up exploding each other. Like, because we all know Apple and Google hate each other. Like
Oh yeah.
Apple owns how you access the internet and Google owns the internet. Anyone that's accessing the internet, most people are doing it from an Apple device, but Google owns the entire internet. So like whenever you see these like new features being rolled out, I look at it, to me this is like a rap battle between Apple and Google. Like if Apple releases something like Reader View for Safari, I see that as a diss to Google because Google is losing money on ad revenue from Google AdSense. Like pages that have banner ads and certain things on their website, they hate Reader View from Google. Or like when Apple announces sign in with Apple, where you don't have to give your email and you don't have to do certain things. Like you just sign in with your Apple ID and Apple generates, you've seen that, right? Like where they generate a fake email and stuff like that. And now Google hates that because most people sign in with Google. It helps make Google more ubiquitous. Everything Apple does, I see that as a shot to Google and vice versa. So my hope is that all the like through these shots and this fighting that these companies eventually bring each other down, but that probably won't happen, and they'll probably just form like a super megalithic conglomerate, like a Zord from Power Rangers.
Whoa. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. But I think you're right. The tech wars is a real thing, and it's only going to get more hairy, I think, as we move forward in this we're living in a very interesting time.
Yeah. They said be careful wishing for interesting times. That I'm pretty sure that was like some haiku. Like I'm pretty sure it was like some Japanese haiku. Someone very prestigious said it.
Oh no.
Yeah. But look, honestly, I don't think it's gonna be like in a couple hundred years. It's not gonna be like, oh, you're American. Oh, you're Nigerian. No, what it's gonna be is, oh, I'm I'm Google quadrant. Oh, I'm Amazon quadrant. Oh, my family's from the Apple quadrant. And like you all have these barcodes on you. And like that's how nationalism is. It's not going to be to a state or a plot of land. It's going to be to like which tech manufacturer made the chip that's implanted in your brain since birth, since an embryo,
And then we all pull out laser guns, right?
Exactly.
Shoot. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. As long as there's laser guns.
But my laser gun is made by Google, so they discontinued it 2 years ago.
It doesn't have support?
Yeah, so my network connectivity doesn't work. You see what I'm saying?
You can't reload?
I can't reload. So you have to be, it's just like, where you're born in this world. You know what I'm saying? You could have been born in you could have been born in Kenya and you could be grazing through the fields with like deer and antelope and feeling the sun and drinking from a stream of fresh water. Or you could have been born in war-torn Chechnya. You know what I'm saying? And you can go to sleep with gunfire each night, So it's just like where you're born. It's like what tech manufacturer you come from. You could come from the Apple one and everyone wants to buy your shiny laser gun, and that's the cool one that everyone posts on future Instagram.
But you have to ask Siri to shoot it for you. So
no, she just does it. You don't ask Siri. Siri just does. Siri does it. There's no hey Siri. Siri knows what you want.
We've gotten that far.
Yeah. So I think that's the future, Ed.
Wow. Well, that's then, and this is now. And I have a little glimmer of hope, I think.
Do you?
I have one last story, if I may share.
Please, as long as it's something that'll give me some hope.
I hope so. I hope it's better than the principal.
You cheeky bastard! I heard that pun.
Oh yeah, well, I am punny.
I think I should just end this right here.
Please no.
Okay, all right.
So I hope this is better than the principal biometric sensors I shared last week, which you did not like.
No.
This is America's first firefighting robot.
Hmm.
Have you seen anything about this?
I haven't, but
No.
you're already getting me scared because just from the name of it, what I picture is a robot that's capable of getting in and out of my house.
Right now, okay, so right now it's a remote control robot. It's not actual. There's no AI involved. Okay, it's
Okay.
more of a vehicle, but it looks kind of cool. This is an article by Trevor Mogg.
Uh-huh.
It's called the Thermite RS3. The first robotic firefighting vehicle has entered the service in the U.S. And this kind of thing was actually used before we got it in America. It was used actually to help with the fires when the Cathedral of Notre Dame was sadly going up
Oh no.
in flames. Yes, but they used this, so it's more. It's actually, and it's in
I'm
L.A. too. It's
Googling it.
right here in sunny Los Angeles.
Huh.
It's deployed by the fire department. It's about the size of a small car, and it weighs 3,500 pounds.
Okay. All right. I'm looking at it right now, and it's not as terrifying as I was initially thinking because it
That's
looks
kind of cute, right?
because it resembles a vehicle more than like a humanoid robot. You know, it's like a
Exactly. Some of the
more like a
comments
little tank.
likened it to. It looks like a tank that just shoots water instead of death.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm for it. The video is really cool.
Did you see that Boston Dynamics dog? Like that one just looks like death. Like that one looks like it'll track
Yeah,
you
those
till
things,
the
those
end of the
things
earth.
creep me out.
Yeah, it's
Just
like
the way they just kind of not hobble. They kind of like bounce around.
yeah, they're like
They
hoppy.
walk,
They're very nimble. They're too nimble. You
and they're out in the
shouldn't.
public now.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
they have like 360 cameras. Like, and dude, those things can do so much more than they let on. Like they took away features so people aren't like freaked out. But anyway, yeah. So the thermite, it looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like a like half tank, half submarine because it's I guess it's the hose. It kind of looks like a submarine scope.
It does. It
I
does.
like
You're
it.
absolutely right. I think it's really cool. And I think it's gonna definitely, save some lives. It's remote operated. It pumps out 2,500 gallons of water a minute onto any blaze that it's set loose on, and it also features a plow on the front that helps. I don't know if you saw
Ah,
the part in the video. It just easily pushes like cars out of the way. So when it
oh.
comes to any kind of like big debris, if they're looking for people, they can just like clear things out of the way like really quickly. It is more,
Oh wow, I'm looking at it now. Holy shit, it's moving like an entire upside down car.
yeah,
Huh.
it's powerful. You
Yeah.
can't stop the thermite.
Nah. The
It's
bet.
definitely more for buildings. Like the main thing they want is cleaning debris inside a burning building, so
Okay.
that the human firefighters can move more freely to calls, to emergencies and
Yeah.
such. Because you these
Wow.
these these brave men and women that like just run into burning buildings. I think it'd be much better if they could they send this thing in first, kind of
Yeah.
like calm the flames down, get any like horrible
Dude, this
giant
thing is
objects out of
awesome.
the way. Yeah, no, it's really
It's like
cool.
a firefighting drone, and I'm looking at the video. Badass music, by the way.
Mhm.
But like it can change the stream. So like there's like one that's like a more directed stream because it's like it's putting out a burning car right now, and there's one that's like a more directed, targeted stream. Then there's one that's more like that spray. So like it was hitting just the door, but then it changed, and now the water's hitting the entire car. It's pretty cool.
Put out the big flame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's gonna be stationed right here in downtown LA. And I hope that there will eventually be similar things made. Interior fires are very dangerous, but also like with forest fires out here,
Oh
maybe
yeah.
becoming more of a. They were already a thing. They're becoming more of a thing. I think
Mhm.
that they could definitely make advancements in this to help with that. Put out big forest fires. If the forest fires reach roads, people get trapped on roads with forest fires. I think they could send this robot out there looking for people, moving cars out of the way. It just seems
How much do you think one of these goes for? You think I could buy one?
They did not mention that. I don't know if you could. I mean, I guess money could buy anything, but
This website I'm on right here, it has it has a website and a number for more information on ordering specifics. Oh, for a
whoa.
quote.
You can get a
Huh.
quote. Yes, please get a quote.
Please
let
go
us
to
know.
roboticfirefighters.com.
You might be better off just kind of taping a fire extinguisher to an RC car.
Nah, but
Peter.
you're not gonna get you have drip pulling up on this thing. Literally, you have literal drip pulling up with
I would
this.
name mine Blastoise.
There you go. See, this the options are. I would go with Vaporeon. Perfect.
Ooh, nice.
Just personally, I would put like cool decals on it. The plow would say like have like bad words. Like one side would have like fucking, the other side would be like awesome.
Whoa, that's cool.
And
So
I'd be super meta and ironic, and it'd have all flame decals.
People would be confused. They'd be like, "What?
Oh man,
Isn't it ironic?"
The back of it shoots out fire, but the front of it has the hose. So it's like,
no.
this is the most meta thing. Not like it's more like a show way, like when you go to a metal concert and they got the pyrotechnics. It's more pyrotechnics.
Oh, okay. So you're not going to solve a problem and then immediately cause more problems behind you. Okay.
Well, I will when my pyrotechnics accidentally goes off inside of a building when I'm showing it off.
Come on.
Yeah. But I'm equipped to solve the issue. All right, so I do like that. I'm a lot less terrified.
I'm glad you like it. This was my ray of hope that I read. I was like, this is a good thing. Peter can't say anything about this.
Go shout out Thermite Sales.
Shout out.
How. I'm guessing those are their names because they're spelled with an E. Man, well, I want to thank you, Edward. I feel like we called out, Google very bad. They're quitters. My mom told me never be a quitter. Stick with what you start. Google just, I don't know, that they weren't raised properly.
Your mom's a smart lady too.
Yeah, she's a very, very smart and kind lady. Apple, they're very greedy. My mother always told me, don't be a glutton. That's be grateful for what you have. And I guess Apple cannot be grateful with having more money than the U.S. government. So they're nothing new for them. Adobe, all these subscription systems. I don't know what's going on there, but they've also been bad. But is there anything still burning? Anyone you personally just want to call out before we head out?
Just give me my software. I just want it.
Yeah.
I want it and I want it permanent. This is why people pirate.
Thank you.
Not because it's free. I mean, that's a good thing it's free, but also they just want the things forever.
Thank you, Ed. He said it. I didn't. Thank you. This is exactly why people do it.
You're pushing us to it. We don't want to do it. We want to be honest people.
Yeah, come on. We're good people. Don't force us into doing bad things. I feel like a domestic abuser that's cleaning up their spouse right now. I didn't want to do that.
I didn't want to do that.
You made me do it.
Next
time, just listen. Please.
Oh no.
But yeah, man. Thank you for sitting with us as we scold these people. Don't worry, we're gonna be back next week. Let you guys know. Just keeping them in line.
Yes. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thank you, Peter. I want to say thank you to you.
You know what? I'll take it, but it's vice versa, Ed. Where can they find you? Where can these people hunt you down?
You can find me on my Instagram. I'm pretty active on there. It's at Edward James Hughes. And I also stream on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30 p.m. That's Pacific time. But I also stream whenever I can. So give me a follow and you'll be notified of that. That's at twitch.tv/SlimDaddyBigBucks.
I'm sorry, did you say twitch.tv/SlimDaddyBigBucks?
twitch.tv/SlimDaddyBigBucks.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I heard twitch.tv/Slim Daddy Big Bucks, and it turns out I was right. So I just wanted to make sure that I heard twitch.tv/Big Daddy Big Bucks.
Oh, you fucked it up that time.
Oh man. That wasn't on purpose or anything like that. But anyway, some dude with the same username, just like one letter off, just got a bunch of followers.
No.
But yeah, that's what Post is for. But thank you for tuning in, people. You can find me at Peter_Paris. You can also find me at your mother's house, but you know what? That's a topic that we will breach later over dinner. But thank you. We will see you next week. Stay good. Peace.